Family School is tucked away on the east side of Des Moines. It is a Catholic school with nearly 250 students ranging in age from 4 to 14. It is one of the most diverse learning environments in Iowa, with most students coming from another part of the world. Despite overwhelming challenges for many of the families of these students, Holy Family is a testament to the beauty of diversity, the lessons of possibility, and the strength of love.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee.
Holy Family stands apart from nearly all other kindergarten through 8th grade schools in Iowa, public or private, for this very simple reason. Nearly 8 out of 10 students have English as their second language. While 80% of students live in poverty, amazingly, more than 90% will graduate with a high school diploma.
These kids have vastly different backgrounds. Some kids experienced genocide in Sudan and came to this country. Some came from Mexico just so they could better their lives. And yet, with all these different nationalities, they still come together. We talk a lot about how we are one. We talk about how we are one holy family, and that we have to treat each other as such.
It is certainly the people, the students, faculty, and staff that are the spirit of Holy Family. Some say there's an energy, an excitement emanating from every classroom.
When I walked into the school, it's like it's a school. Long, straight corridors, and you think, oh, that hasn't changed. And then you walk into a classroom, and the teachers just have such a rapport with the students. And the students are all welcoming. Everyone was welcoming. I wanted to be part of it.
Our kids come from neighborhoods that are ravaged by gangs and crime. This school is their sanctuary. One of the many comments we hear when school begins is the kids will come in, they will say, "I'm so glad we are back. I'm so glad we're back in school." You don't hear that from middle schoolers often.
Coming to a school like this, when you're in the hallways, you don't really think about the diversity, and that's really great. You know, I mean, in this school, I don't think you think about that until you've left for a little while, and then you realize the special place that these hallways are.
Teaching the fundamentals well, reading, writing, math, and science is a challenge for any educator, anywhere. Now add to the lesson plan language barriers, cultural differences, even hunger, and you've made the task that much harder.
Last week we had a student who was coming to us, a first grader, who was saying that he was hungry because he wasn't getting dinner. And the family came from Sudan, and the mother is caring for approximately 8 children in a 2-bedroom apartment. And I was concerned, so I just did an unannounced visit to their apartment just to see what was going on. And I asked her, I wasn't judging her, I wasn't here to get her into any trouble, I was just there to offer help, because all I needed to do was make one phone call and she'd have more food than what she would know what to do with. And she opened her cupboards for me, and she had no food. There was no food.
The Ramirez brothers that I tutored and mentored, they were expected to go out and make some money. I had those boys over when they were 11 and 12 years old, working in the yard, etc. And what always impressed me, when I would ask them, "What are you saving your money for?" "We don't save our money." "Oh, you don't?" "No. All of the money goes to my mother." Again, you asked about what have I learned. I learned, you know what? There are kids in America who are working so they can support their family, 11, 12, and 13 years old.
The support, and sometimes the lifeline that helps these children hold their in-school and out-of-school worlds together is our classroom teachers.
The harder you press, the more deep your texture is going to be.
They are exemplary educators, and truly, so much more.
The teachers that are over there, you know, are dedicated in a different sort of way. I think teachers are the greatest people in the world anyhow. But, you know, they come to school and they don't know what happened at home the night before. And so they become a mother and a dad in solving some personal problems that might have occurred.
Our kids do not get lost. The teachers are very much on top of, it's like a family here. They know that they can count on any teacher here to help them out.
They need a safe and nurturing environment. And so they need to know that they can come to school and they can feel safe. And if they have questions and they need assistance, there's someone that they can go to. And that's what the Holy Family's teachers and staff and faculty all provide.
While language barriers may exist, one thing that's never lost in translation is the role of parents here. Moms and dads take an active role in their child's education.
Our parents have chosen to send their children here. They may get financial support to help them do that, but they have still made an effort in some way to send their children here. So education is important to their parents. And there is a lot of communication between the teachers and the parents as to where their student is.
One of the young men that I tutor and mentor, his dad's in prison. Is that tough? Yeah, it's tough. But you know what his gift is? His gift is he has an incredibly talented, tenacious mother who always insists that he reads instead of watching television. So that kid's blessed.
Teachers, staff, students, and parents have formed a community of achievement here. And all of this is possible through the Holy Family School Inner City Youth Foundation. As a result of financial trials throughout the 80s, 5 Catholic schools, St. Ambrose, St. John's, St. Peter's, All Saints, and Visitation, now Our Lady of the Americas, joined together to create Holy Family, located on East 9th Street, Des Moines' only inner city Catholic school. But even those consolidations could not overcome the economic challenges by the end of the decade. In 1991, the bishop announced that Holy Family School would close at the end of the year. There just wasn't enough money to pay the bills. Father Tom Pfeffer simply couldn't live with that.
He had been pastor here in the area for quite a long time, and he just really was, he was well liked, and people just about would do anything he'd ask them to do. It was that kind of acceptance that he had here, whether it was one of the parishes connected with the school or somebody else. He just knew people that he could call on.
Mary Nelson and others, working with Father Tom, created a fledgling foundation whose goal was to keep the school open for just 18 months on a rolling basis. That was more than 20 years ago. Such humble beginnings have evolved into a powerful presence today that's been possible because of the foundation, which sponsors 4 major fundraisers a year: a spring golf tournament, the Barn Bash dinner and auction in the fall, an Adopt a Student mailer in September, and the annual appeal in December. Today, the foundation provides almost 40% of the school's general operating budget. That's money for teachers, books, heat, even uniforms.
That's one of the easiest checks I write out. How many times? Several times a year. But I just feel like I've been blessed, and it's my turn to turn around and help a deserving student. People who have time to support Holy Family and financially are willing to, that will do everything, because that's the necessity. The finances, it starts there.
Every dollar we make every year on current fundraising, every single dollar, short of a little bit of expenses that the foundation has, goes right to those kids.
Well, they're the future just as we were the future when we were immigrants. And this is the future for those children. And they have gone on. 90% of them have graduated from high school, and quite a few of them are in college. It's worked, so we've got to keep on.
They want to make it dearly. They want to be successful. They do not want to be treated as different. They want to do whatever it takes so they can go on to high school, so they can go on to post-secondary education.
I had a group of students come to the Capitol one time, and they took a tour. And at the end of the tour, you know, I said, I work in the governor's office. And then I said, I'm an alumni of Holy Family School, and the kids, you know, kind of, their eyes just lit up, and they started to kind of cheer a little bit. I'm like, wow, you know, I think they were just kind of proud that there's an alumni in the governor's office, and I think opened their eyes to maybe some possibilities that they have never thought about career-wise or their place in the world.
One of the things that I always remember about Holy Family School is in one of the restrooms, there's a placard that says character is the person you are when no one is watching. And that's a great example of what those children are. They're well-charactered children, not because you're watching, but because they know it's the right thing to do.
This is a safe place for the kids, and it's a beacon of hope for them and their parents.
Giving to the Holy Family School is truly an investment in our future, one student at a time.